Widen and you sink down into child's pose. Have a little stretch. We haven't done a lateral stretch, so some of you might just go laterally here, walking the arms to one side. And then seeing when the body feels complete, you go to the other side. You come back when you're ready. And then you might pause, or you might feel that you want to come up onto the hands and knees and just go into a few cat cows, spinal waves. If the wrists are not feeling good on the floor, then you drop elbows down. So if you have hands, they're under shoulders. If you have elbows on the floor and forearms, they're under the shoulders. Okay, nice and wide through the collarbones. Now you're going to start with pelvis. As the lower belly draws in, the sit bones release down. They stay widened. Then the lower back rounds up towards the ceiling, then all the way through the rib cage, shoulder blades widen, neck releases, head. Then you start from the pelvis. You inhale, sit bones reach up towards the ceiling, lower back arches, shoulder blades squeeze together, soft gaze forward. Now see, does it make a difference if I press the top of the feet into the floor or if you tuck the toes under and root the toes into the floor as you do this move? Good. Keep feeling each time you exhale that drawing in of the belly, the lifting up of the pubic bone. Feel gathering in of the abdominals. Good. Nice. Now we're going to pause and I want you to try to find a flat back. So I want to do a little bit of back strengthening. So flat back would be, sometimes we're arched here. So I'm showing an arch in the back. So when you do a flat back, you gather the belly in and the rib cage in. Maybe there's an SH, and you feel a flattening. The head is an extension of the spine. The gaze is down. Thanks, Mom. And then you're going to, as you keep this awareness now, either the top of the feet pressing into the floor or the toes tucked under, you're going to extend right arm, left leg. And this is an exhale. So left hand can push into the floor or left forearm, just strengthening back muscles here. Yeah, good. And then you're going to drop back, inhale, right arm, left leg come in. Then you're going to exhale, feel that drawing in, gathering of the ribs, maybe an SH sound, lifting up the pubic bone. As the left arm goes forward, right leg goes back. So just going to stay on the floor for a moment. And then you hold that for a breath or two, come back. Then you're going to inhale, exhale, try right arm, left leg again. And then if you want, you can try lifting right arm off the floor, thumb points to the ceiling, and maybe left leg comes up. That happens by pressing left arm, right knee into the floor. Then you draw back. Oh, good. Now let's try the other side. Inhale, exhale, left arm forward, right leg back. Some of you will lift off the floor. Oh, left thumb points up, right heel reaches back. Good, let's come back. And if you want, let's try one more time. Inhale, exhale, right arm, left leg, forward and back. Some of you will lift up. Yeah, excellent work. You draw back. Inhale, exhale, left arm, right leg. Good. Keep pulling the rib cage in towards the spine as you come down. Good. Just pause in child's pose. Maybe it's just a part way back. Just letting the hips open. We're doing some of this series. We're going to do seated just to feel that. So we're going to come up and sit for a moment. And I just want to release the hips. So you might feel, as I sit, it's tricky to sit with the pelvis lifted. So maybe you find a little bit of height. Sometimes I find it might be the chip bone block. Hey, sometimes I even find sitting on the inflated ball really helpful. Okay, and then sliding forward so that the pelvis comes on the floor. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So, and I'll show you from the side. For those of you, the Slimma ball is just a little bit of a different adjustment. So you're high on it, but then you roll all the way forward so that the pelvis does hit the floor and it's just creating a little kind of release. Yeah, and so you're going to come all the way forward towards me. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. So you're still on the floor, right? But what it's doing is it's just lifting the pelvis up a little bit, right? So soles of the feet touching. There we are. Good. Now I want you to check in. How do all of the toes line up? You got it, Susie. Yeah, try it again and let's see. Let's see how you're doing. You can always take your chip foam block and sit on that too. Yeah. So great. It's good to keep humor about it though, right? There you go. That's better, right? Okay, so let's see if you can press each toe into each other. Good. Yeah. Feel which toes don't want to press into each other. Yeah. Okay. And I know, right? We all kind of have one or two that are like, no, don't want to do that. Sorry. Yeah. And then just relax. So soften the pressing of the toes and just let your feet kind of fall out. Now, notice when you press your toes the next time, I want you to notice what muscles you feel engaging in your leg through your knee into the pelvic floor. So, what we're doing is we're kind of clearing the communication of feet to pelvis. So, now as you press, I want you to also press your heels into each other. Okay, so this is work to communicate through ankles to help strengthen and align knees, but also to work on pelvic floor. And then you just let it go, right? So do that a couple times. When you're ready, okay, you're going to press. See if you can feel. So your feet are doing what we call namaste, right? And feet are pressing together. So you can feel, oh, I'm working that connection. Okay, and then relax. And we're going to do what we call butterfly flaps. So sometimes we've done these on our back, which is normally what we do, but we're just going to do them now just seated. So just let your legs just flap up and down. So all of our muscles are connected through the fascia. And when one muscle engaged, then it communicates with the next muscle and it creates a chain reaction of connection and support through our body. And there's some areas where we're like, I'm not feeling anything, right? Some areas that are a little bit sleepy or not awake. Okay, so now we're going to release this. So you're going to start with the pelvis. As you press down through your sit bones, inhale, lengthen up. You're going to exhale, and I want you to think of taking your belly forward. Now, this is not a very far movement. So a lot of us aren't going to move very far. And then you can allow the spine to start to release and continue on that kind of very slight curve that the pelvis has initiated. You might hold the feet. The hands might even want to come down and just touch the floor. Now, see, is there a little level of engagement with the feet? It might even be just 5% of just the toes touching, or maybe the inner heels touching. Hey, see if a little rocking from left to right wants to come in. So we're just doing a little fascia release through pelvis today. And that rocking comes from the pelvis up through the body. Yeah, yeah, there you go. You come up if you need to a little bit. My body asked me to come up a little bit and just do the rocking a little bit higher. So I'm going to be higher in this move. Good. Now we're going to keep right leg in, right? And you're going to just extend left leg out. Now, some of you, depending on your knee, might even find that the slow-mo ball, and I'll bring my leg up, wants to support that knee. So I've got it under the knee. I sometimes also feel that this hip wants to be supported. So I just put a block there. Ah, good. Okay, so now we're kind of getting, now this extended leg, our tendency is that we kind of just become floppy, right? What I want you to try to do is get your heel on the ground. And now just take notice, you can press your heel into the floor. Notice what happens into your feet to pelvis. Can you feel that connection into your belly? Now let it go. What happened? We all kind of felt like a little schlub, right? Okay, so I want you, I'm just, what's that, Mom? Okay, I thought you said something. So press, once again, press the heel gently into the floor. Yeah, good. We could all kind of feel, I felt like all of us kind of just heightened a little bit, right? So this is your awareness that I'm working with today, how your feet communicate with your pelvis and how your pelvis communicates with your torso. So I want you to keep a very gentle leaning of that heel into the floor, okay? Because it's going to want to roll out and it's going to want to go schleppy. Okay, so I want you to keep awareness. Then I want you to bring left hand to left shin, right hand to right thigh. Now we're going to turn as we inhale, exhale. We're going to do a little twist towards our right leg. Then you're going to inhale and exhale. Keep pressing left foot into the floor. You're going to slide left hand down. Left side of the body is going to slide down towards the left leg. Yeah, good. Now we feel this release right side of the body, right? Some of us feel it somewhere else, maybe. Hips, yeah. So we're feeling hips. Breathe. Yeah. Take a few breaths. I'm just releasing. Sometimes this muscle is called our QL. It holds the pelvis and it sometimes creates a lot of bunching in the side body. So we're just releasing that. You can take 2 more breaths. Good. Now you're going to come up a little bit as you inhale. And then you're going to exhale and you're just going to slide back down. So we're going to do a little slide and glide. So you're going to inhale, come up, keep pressing left foot, pelvis into the floor, exhale, slide down, and just notice. Yeah. And maybe that slow-mo ball isn't needed. Yeah. And then just see the next time you come down, if that right arm maybe wants to go out to the side, maybe it wants to come up. And you bring the arm into it a couple times. Inhale and exhale. So just doing lateral line release here. Good. How's that feeling in the knee? Okay, Janice? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a deep stretch, this one, right? Yeah. And then we're going to come out. Okay, release. Shake it out. There's a lot going on that one. So that is one of our forward folds in yoga. And we did a little release in legs. So just let legs shake from side to side as well. Okay, and there's a muscle on side body, which is called your quadratus laborum muscle. And it attaches on the top of your hip and it anchors your rib cage down. And it sometimes gets really tight. So we were also releasing that. We were releasing hips. Okay, so now, right, left foot is in, right leg is extended. Now check in. Do you need a little support? What's body saying? So sometimes I'll even support the leg with the block. Maybe you don't need it. And then I want you to check, how's this foot connecting as you press down through sit bones? How is the right heel when you press it into the floor? How does that feel? Do you feel like that's too high for your knee? How about if I give you my chip foam block? So you do 2 or 1, yeah? Maybe 2 chip foam blocks I was feeling. That feels better. There we go. Yeah, right? Okay, so press, release. Press right foot, release. Press right heel, release. Feet to pelvis. Good. Now remember, if body's saying, whew, this is a lot, take note. Are you evenly weighting both sit bones? I notice when I'm in this one, I have a tighter left hip. So I tend to want to lean over onto it. And yeah, it's easier for you. The other one's hard, right? So you're all going to have one side. So for me, this is my harder side. For me, I notice and I'm like compensating. So check in. Right hand, right leg. Left hand, left leg. You're going to inhale, exhale, turn to left leg. Then you're going to inhale, exhale. It's right side of body as you exhale, as the right hand slides down. You know, if you want to just hold it, you can hold it, or you can just come up a couple times. Do the inhale, slide up with the hand, exhale, slide down. Yeah. Let's see, maybe a little bit of slide and glide needs to come in. So this is a little bit more of challenging because we're asking one leg to be an internal rotation, one to be an external. And you might hold. Some of your bodies might go, oh, that arm. And maybe the arm is just doing a little bit of up and down. Remember, the more you bring your arm up, the more you're going to affect the side line. Good. Some of us who have a little curve in our spine or a little bit of scoliosis in our spine will feel this one. I am someone of one of those that has scoliosis. So I do feel, for me, my left side that I'm releasing right now is the one that gets affected. Good, you'll know when you feel ready. So just release it, shake it out. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? So we were just talking in studio how one side feels so different, right? Than the other side. Yeah. So we can kind of feel that. So bodies are saying, hey, Michelle, are we lying down yet? And the answer is yes, we are. Yeah. So you're gonna lie down. Ah. And then just take note how you feel on the floor. Let's draw the legs in towards the chest, thighs towards chest, maybe hands on the back of the thighs. And just rock a little bit. So just releasing the thoracolumbar fascia, the lower back, the pelvis. We're just rocking a little bit from side to side. You can also let the legs kind of roll in a circle. So this is called mortar and pestle. So the legs, they move away from you, usually inhalation. And then as you exhale and the belly deflates, the legs come, the thighs towards belly. And you inhale, legs flow away. Exhale towards you. Now, option here is, thank you, Teresa, is you might find that a chip foam block under the pelvis for this one, when you have your legs coming up to you, is a little bit helpful. So sometimes a folded blanket. So you can try without, then put a chip foam block underneath the pelvis, bring the legs up and see if that shifted things for you. Inhale away, exhale towards you, inhale away, exhale towards you. Yeah. So now we're just creating some mobility. Go both sides, both directions.